Yes. How's everybody doing? So, last night I had my friend over and we drank the rest of my polars. Been really trying hard to get the strawberry cream polar um, ever since I first tried it a couple weeks ago. It's really hard to find. Um, yeah, strawberry cream. Does anybody know where to get some strawberry cream? I don't know. So, yeah, we settled for strawberry watermelon, which is good, but you really need that cream. That's what I thought. Uh, okay. Well, I'll let people trickle in. Hopefully this shit is working. Is this shit working? Yeah, okay, it's streaming. Looking at the chat. Georgi, Zhenya, Georgi Alexeyev. Hello, my strawberry papa. What's good, bro? What's up, McGiz? How you doing? Hope you guys are having a great day. Got my jasmine tea. It's all about the cream. That's what I'm saying. So let's actually switch over to Ableton here. So last week we were streaming and I was showing you guys this song. I was working on the song and I think the song is pretty much done. So we're gonna take a listen through, make sure it's all good in the hood, and then we're just gonna run it through Suno and call it a day. So let's hear it. Good evening, Richard. How are you? What's up to his beats? Druk? Mooi Druk? What's up, friend? Hey, thank you, P-Brand. Yeah, I dropped a performance video yesterday. Actually, with this guy. So, pull that up real quick.
Chasing dreams of what we could have been. Never enough that you'd let me in. Even when I gave you everything.
Turn the banger down. Turning the banger down. Okay. Fire. Just put some fresh air on the master. Fuck it. We'll put 6 fresh airs on the master and it's donezo. So here's the sitch, guys. I think the song from an arrangement perspective, you know, like a composition perspective is pretty much done. And by the way, the song is a collab with me, my boy Philia, and Big Nut Chuck, all three of us. And me and my boy Philia actually dropped a performance video that I re-uploaded on my channel yesterday. You know, fast forward. Look at that sexy boy.
My boy Philia, come on up here.
But is joined by an even sexier boy here. So it's like
I don't wanna wait.
sex maxing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't wanna wait for nothing. I don't wanna wait for you.
Just two sad men in a field.
Play me and I'll be just fine. And I'll light one up to free my mind.
With the live drums? Fucking crazy.
I don't wanna wait.
Anyways, definitely check out that video. Full performance video on my channel. It's fucking sexy as shit. So yeah. So we did that song. That's gonna come out, and this is probably gonna be like, it's gonna be like an A side, B side type situation with this one. So yeah, let's mix this. So for those who don't know, my mixing process is pretty psychotic. I do this. I create a new version of the set. I call it pre-mix. And then I go through it and I do a couple different things. So first off, I make sure that nothing is on the master. Bye-bye. Then what I do is I go through the project and I ungroup as much as I can. So we have this group on top. We're getting rid of that. We got this drums group over here. Fucking scrapping that shit. Hold up. I realized something. I actually have two of the same drum group. That's probably fine. Hold up. Let me just let me do the following. I'm gonna copy this MIDI down here. Let me just undo that. I'm gonna regroup this because I actually have duplicates of all the drums and basses in a separate track here. So I want to see what's going on with that. Let's do the following. So we got this drums and we got this drums, right? So I'm going to move the sidechain group up. And then once we got that going on, my computer's fucking exploding right now because this project is just insane. I hope it didn't put this. Yep, okay, it did great. So this group and this group are identical. I just copy pasted this group from an older version of the project. So what I kind of have to do here is just take that, scroll down, copy it here. We don't need any of this shit. I'm going to delete it. Goodbye. Then I'm going to take these hi-hats, which we're using, and put it on the corresponding hi-hat track. I think it's this. Yes, that is great. And then we keep going down. We don't need any of this shit. Don't need any of this shit. Okay, we do need these little plucky shenanigans here. Yeah, that's cute. So we definitely need that. Where are those supposed to be? Holy fuck, this project file is ridiculous. You know, I'm just gonna move them down. Fuck. I'm just gonna move them down somewhere here. This looks pretty similar. It's got like a little ARP situation going on. Yeah, so we'll push all that together. And then Georgi says, what's the proper setting for stems rendering? Every time it takes 1 hour per song for me. Holy shit, that is a lot. Are you normalizing your shit? Like, what are you doing there? How many stems you got going on? That sounds like a shit ton. Okay, so this we have a duplicate of that somewhere. It's right here. Yes. Fire. And then we got the Kanoto fill Where's the Kanoto fill at? It should be right here. Yep. Fire. Okay, now we can delete this group. And then we can do the same thing for the sidechain group up top. I'm going to ungroup this. And I think we're only using a couple things from here. So what the heck and Bob are these? I'm going to delete all the shit we're not using. And then go through it. So this process, as you can see, it's pretty fucking tedious, but because I am psycho and I want the best possible mix, I subject myself to this to get, you know, the last extra luff I can, every last luff I can out of the mixes here. Cool. Bada bing, bada boom. Are we using any of this shit? Let me zoom out. No. Okay. Deleting, deleting, deleting. Very good. Okay, sick. Have I watched Skibbity Toilet episode 67? I have not, but I feel like I'm probably not going to be able to do much more of this. So I'll probably need a brain rot break so we can all watch it together. How about that? Does that sound good? You know, I was at Target the other day and I saw they have Skibbity Toilet merch that you could buy. I didn't know if you guys were aware of this. You could get the toilet. You could also get the camera people. I don't really know the lore there, but there's camera people and they're watching you take a shit, I guess, in the toilet. I don't really quite know how it works. Someone's going to have to educate me on the art of Skibbity. Skibbity Riz, in fact. Okay, we got more reverse shit. Yeah, I think we pushed that here. Yeah, okay, cool. And then we got these two bases, so I'm just going to move these down to the sidechain group. And then we should be good. God, this project is a fucking disaster. All right, so now let's just test that. I'm gonna I'm gonna delete that. Woo! Okay, that's all good. Let me answer your guys' questions. Any tips for selecting instrumentation? Pick good sounds? I don't know. I've already answered the Skibbity Toilet question. I don't know why you didn't pick episode 69. I feel like that would be peak. It's not even that big, bro. Twice less tracks than yours. That's what he said. It's not even that big, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. Do you have like a really old Mac? Because that might do it. I have a 2021 M1 Pro and it works pretty well. I'm doing like, let's see, I'm doing 24 no diddler wave, 48 sample rate, so I don't know if that's relevant, but you know. Okay, so now we're going to consolidate all these clips here, all these drums clips. Let's do that. So now all my drums are one big clip. This is what they sound like. And I'm going to delete all the deactivated notes. And there's actually an easy way of doing that. You hit this little magnifying glass here and you go to condition and you hit invert. And you can see here it highlights all the deactivated notes and then you can just delete them. Pretty cool. And then this is really fucking dumb, but you just have to separate these out into individual stems. Like say I want to take this kick out. You just right click on it and hit extract chains, and there's no way to do it all at once. You have to do it chain by motherfucking chain. But shout out More Kismet for these sick ass drums. A lot of these drums are Moore's and they fucking slap. I mean, that one's a slapper right there. Take a little tea sip right here. Okay, I want to answer more questions in the chat. Any shows in Colorado coming up? 0. I have 0 shows coming up anywhere. So please talk to your local Colorado promoters. I'll be out there in a jiffy. I can play dubstep. I can press play real good, and who knows? I might even sing for you guys like I do in that video. So, you know, contact your local promoters. Are you gonna leave this live uploaded? Yes, I leave all my live streams uploaded for posterity, so you can watch all of them. Let's get the hi-hat going. Extract chains. I also have a You Suck at Mixing video that explains all this probably a lot more cohesively. Let's keep it. I don't want to sort. I want to extract. Okay. What are your thoughts on mixing as you produce? So I do mix as I produce, insofar as to make it not sound like complete garbage, because nobody wants to keep working on a song if it sounds like garbage. But I do also go through this last step, this final pass on the mix, where I'm bouncing all the stems to audio. I'm super surgical and anal about everything. Yeah, it's kind of the vibe. Okay, let's call this impact, I guess. And then we'll call this drum build. And then we'll delete that. There's nothing on there. Okay, we'll call this HH loop 1. We're not even using these fucking loops. Delete. All right, what's this? Cute ARP. Call that cute ARP. I don't think we're even using this one. I don't know why it's frozen. We're gonna delete that. So this is what I'm saying. There's like so much fucking junk in this project. So much slop. ARP resample? ARP resample? I don't know. Yeah, so much fucking junk and slop that... Okay, Mel ARP. And then we'll call this Metal ARP 2. And then we'll call this Metal ARP 3. And then we'll call this fucking Metal ARP Verb. And then we'll call this, is there anything on here? There's not. Delete, delete, delete. Would you do a liquid D&B track with your vocals? I started one. I didn't ever end up finishing it, but yeah, that sounds super sick. Metal ARP Verb. Yeah, I would love to do a liquid D&B track singing. That would be fucking tight. I should finish that one. Rev Metal ARP. And then we got a ride. That's pretty descriptive. What is Serum 2? Okay, wobble chord. Kenoto fill. This is Tambo loop. This is the sidechain group. Let's ungroup that. I don't think we're using any of these. Big Nut Chuck ideas. We use some, but most of these I'm going to delete. Okay. Do you know a good beginner's guide to mixing? I've thus far been just making songs without mixing them at all that much. You should check out my ultimate mixing guide video. It's just, if you search You Suck at Producing Mixing Guide, you will find it. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I usually wear a hat while mixing, but to each his own. That is a good point. Do I have a hat? No. Hats are pretty cool. Hat fishing. That's a term that I learned. To prevent people from knowing that you are bald. Rev bass. BNC bass. Okay, fuzz bass. Fuzz bass 2. What do we got going on here? This is sub down. And these are MK bass. Guitar amp, that's pretty descriptive. That's nice. Hope core. Love me some hope core. Git group. Guitar R. Guitar L. Dude, check out this fucking guitar loop I made though. I'm pretty proud of this one. Is this it? Yes, that is it. That is it. Real Mirakun. Yeah, it's sexy. Sub is good. What else we got? This is bass fill, crash. This is like 808, and this is wobble. That's a fucking sexy ass wobble. Is there anything on this track? Yep, there is a kick sample. Ooh, hardstyle kick. Or hardstyle bass, probably. And this is Grinch bass. That's like a Grinch type bass, I would say. Deleting this, there's nothing on here. Keep going. Scrunch 808. I would say that's quite scrunchy. Half the funny is just okay. No, that's like a Weedle bass. Weedle bass. It's like a Weedle type sound. Keep going, deleting these. This is a Cohen sound. Ooh, neuro. We'll call that neuro. This is company comp impact. And then this is what is this? What the fuck? Bass fill 2, bass fill 3. Fuck it. Bass fill 4. This is bass fill echo. This is BS bass. What the fuck is that? I don't even know. Oh, this is the wobble bass. The wobble bass is pretty important. I don't think we're ever using this. There's some vocals. We're not using these vocals. We're not using these vocals. We're not using whatever the fuck this is. White noise riser, that's pretty accurate. White noise riser 2. This is glitch, I guess. And then yeah, sweep spacey. This is pitch riser. This is delete that shit. All right. I remember back when you had hair. You know, I could have hair again. Actually, I look really good in this pink wig that I tried on a few weeks ago. I felt really sexy and pretty like. So, yeah, if you're promoters who want to book me, you want to throw me some extra cash, you know, I can throw that towards my wig fund, and then you'll never have to see my bald head again.
Always on this, always,
But you will have to hear my voice.
always on the side.
Look how sexy that is.
Holding it in.
That's fucking sexy as shit. So I'm gonna ungroup that. I don't need the group there.
Always on the
Low harm.
sidelines, holding it in.
It's me, Tim Harm. No, Tim.
Dreams of what we could have been.
That's my melody, and then underneath that,
Sidelines, holding it in. Chasing dreams of what we could.
that's fucking sick. Dan Main. And we'll unmute this too. We'll call this Dan Main 2, although I don't think we're gonna end up needing to use that one. And then everything chop. What do we got here? We got these Vox chop 2, and then this is always verb out. We're making progress here, guys. We're almost at the bottom. We're almost there. I'm almost there. I'm about to answer all your beautiful questions. Always low intro. This is chop, Vox chop 3. This is rev, Vox, verb. And then last but not least, we're not using that. Okay, let's call these kick, hat 1, Hat 2. Nope, that's the snare. Hat 2. And hat 3. And what is going on here? This is not even being used. This is open hi-hat. And then finally, what is going on here? Rim. Okay, fire. Sick. So now what we can do is we can take this whole shebang here, hit save, and then we're going to do Command Shift R. Let's do all individual tracks. Turn on normalize. I do dither off. I hit export, and then we go to the project file. Yeah, I think this is it. Gave you everything. Let's do a new folder, stems. 145. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're exporting. Okay, time to answer your questions. Your video inspired me to buy Digitalis, and I've been loving it. Thanks for the funny as hell and fire videos. Thank you, bro. Looks so organized. Not yet. We're about to do the organization. Just you wait. This is tea. It's not actually coffee. It's jasmine tea. It's a nice little afternoon caffeine boost. I'm not trying to go crazy crunk, but you know, it's a little pick me up. You think you're going to do more of that kind of tutorial type videos? That's a good question. I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, I'm working on an app that I'll be sharing soon, and it ties into the tutorial videos, so I will be doing more of those once that's ready. But I've kind of taken a step back from doing the tutorial videos for the past year and focusing more on my artist career, my actual music and bullshit, which a lot less people care about, but makes me a lot happier to do. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But yes, I will be making more tutorial videos soon. Just gotta fucking work on this app. Cool. All right. So what else? You mess with brewed yerba. I don't really fuck with yerba, dude. I like the like sugary yerba drinks you get at gas stations, but like the brewed yerba, I don't know. Yeah, it's not my fave. Will it spam us with ads? The app? Is that what you're talking about? No, I'm going ad free with this one. Okay, let's see what else people are saying. Is there any way to learn how to mix low end, especially to have song with deep bass that doesn't distort masters when it is brick walled heavily? You know, it's kind of a compromise you have to find between the amount of sub and making your whole shit brick walled, because sub takes up so much room in a mix that turning it up means that the overall mix, the rest of the mix will be way quieter, right? So yeah, you got to be kind of careful about that. So here we go. Here's all the stems. 145. We're going to drop them into Ableton. I'm holding down Command to bring them in on their own tracks. And then you can see I get a bunch of beautiful big stems. And they look all like this. And they're very colorful and very hard to read because they're all over the place. There's no organization. So what we got to do is we got to go through this shit and organize it and color code it and stuff. So what do we got? We got all the vocals. So maybe the vocals, I'll do red for the vocals. So I'll just go through this. I'll find anything that kind of looks like a vocal, which admittedly isn't much. Oh, here we go. Here's some vocals. Dan Main. Should be one other vocal. Tim Main. Okay, so that's all the vocals. I Command X, Command V at the top. There's all the vocals. I'm going to color them red. Look at that. Then I go through and do the rest of it for like the bass fills and all the bass. So all the bass, I'm gonna usually do blue for the bass, blue for booty bass. Bam, bing. These are all the basses: bass, 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 sub bass, 808 bass, Weedle bass, wobble bass, wobble bass. Okay, fucking shit ton of basses. Let's make them blue and put them here. So now we got all the vocals red, the bass is blue. Let's do the same thing with the drums. These are all my drums. Here we go. Bam, bim. Drums, drums, drums. Fucking sick drums. Drum build, fill. Yeah, I think that's good for the drums. Let's put the drums underneath the vocals but above the bass. And I like to do orange for my drums. Then what do I do? For like all the synths and stuff, guitar, I guess I'll do, I don't know, green for all that. So all the guitar stuff, all the glitches, all the arps, let's do green for that. So green, green, green. Ah, fuck, I lost the selection there. Yeah, like all the like melodic non-bass sounds, let's push them underneath bass and make them green. And then for the rest of it, a lot of these are, well, this is a vocal one, so let's put that with the vocals. This one is, all these are risers and sweeps and like sound effects. And I usually do pink for all that. So all the glitches, all the sound effects, reverb. Yeah, we'll make all those pink, I think. I think that'll be good. Yeah, riser. Yeah, let's make all that pink. Pinkity drinkity. Okay, and then the rest of it, I kind of missed some of these, so that's a drum sound. These are vocals, I'm pretty sure. Let's move that to the vocals. Yes, yes. Bass. Sub, bass. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just the last few. Okay, these are guitars. Let's make them green. And the rest of this shit, I guess that's green. That's a bass. Holy guacamole, we're almost there. This is fucking tedious as shit, but I promise it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I don't actually know. Here we go. ARP resample. Let's put that here as well. Almost there. 808. That's a bass. Move it here. Fire. Shimmer. Gate. Nothing's on here. Nothing's on here. I never use reverb tracks, so I don't even know what the fuck this is. Okay, that's a riser. And what is going on here? Let's listen. What? I guess this is vocals, I suppose. Moving that up. And then shimmer. Wow. Pretty. Whoop. All right, cool. That's good. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Your way of teaching works way better for me than any I've seen so far. That's fucking awesome, bro. Dither off. Is any mix safe before mastering right? Like 40, I don't understand the question. I don't do dither. That's, yep. You and Scrowbelly album is amazing and absolutely adore reviews. So even if not many people care, just know it still reaches some people and it matters a lot to those it does reach. Thank you, bro. I mean, that means a lot. Appreciate that. Do you have a bass, bus, low end mixing tutorial? Because I wonder how they do song. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Do you have a LUF value you aim for? I'm probably gonna be doing -5 or 6 for this one. Um, Blue for bass, hell yeah. Why don't you export group in batches and give them different names so you don't need to do all this organizing again? So when you export groups, the problem with Ableton is when you export groups, it'll export the group as one audio file and then it will export all the individual stems in addition to that. So the more groups that you have, the more duplicates you have of the same audio, basically. So that's why I was ungrouping as much as I could before I exported everything. It just makes it less annoying. All right, cool. Not a question, but I've only been watching a few minutes and I'm not into your scene, but I love your vibe. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, so let's start doing this shit. Here's my drums. I'm going to organize my drums a little bit more and put all the shit that's happening in a similar spot together. So like all the stuff that's earliest, I will do that. And let's do shit, fucking bullshit, piece of shit. Okay. All right, cool. That looks good. And then let's take all these and turn all the volumes all the way down. We'll get rid of the return tracks. And then on my master, I'm going to do a U-lean, do Spectrum, and I'm going to do SonarWorks. And the SonarWorks is pretty crucial for me because without it, my headphones have 0 bass. So the SonarWorks kind of compensates for my shitty headphones. This is what my headphones sound like without SonarWorks. You can see the bass is like way below. But if I turn it on, it's pretty good. So now we're going to mix the drums first. I'm going to group the drums, call them drums, and then start bringing in elements one at a time. And I guess I'm trying to make this like the busiest section of the song. So put a loop bracket around where most of the elements are playing, and then I start bringing in the sounds. There's my beautiful kick. Let's add the snare. Cool. Hi-hat. Okay, so like this sound has like some low end to it that I'm gonna cut. Here we go. Probably the sound has some low end too. Let's cut that. I'm gonna turn this one down. Yeah, it's too loud. Maybe pan it? Nah, I don't like panning. Okay, open hi-hat. Let's bring that in. Too loud. Next hi-hat. Check the low end. There's barely any. Next hi-hat loop. Do I even need this one? No, it has a little something. Might turn this one down more. Rides. Cool. And then one thing I do to glue all my drums together, well, 2 things. I put multi-band compression on them, which makes them a little louder. Let's turn it down. So it's pretty subtle, but it kind of squeezes the drums together. And then I put on Newfangled Saturate to squeeze them even more. So this just kills the peaks. And this is one of those things that's going to let us crank the volume of the mix louder at the end of the process, because the peaks have already been kind of rolled off by the saturate. All right, cool. Let's add the drum build. Yeah. And then the fill. Nope, too loud. Cool. Dope. All right, now let's go to the basses. So the sub is the earliest bass. We'll bring that to the top. And then a lot of these basses you can see are distributed among a shit ton of different tracks. And that makes mixing this a little difficult. So whenever I can, I might just like consolidate some of these onto one track. But let me just bring them together like so. Make them all top to bottom, basically. Whoops. Here we go. All right. Yeah. I think we could make that work. Let's listen to the first drop. Bring in the basses. I'm gonna group all these and call this sidechain and get good old GM audio ducker onto this track, and then we'll duck from the kick and also the snare. Where the fuck? There it is. All right, next bass. Turn it up. Cool. And one thing we'll be making sure of in a second is how much low end these basses have. So I can see how much low end in the spectrum is happening, and I'm sort of going for a consistent number across all the basses. So like this bass is like a little too loud maybe, or maybe the first bass just needs to be louder. Nope, too loud. Yeah, I just want this blue bump to be at around the same area the whole time across all these different basses. So that one's a little too loud. But yeah, that one's definitely too loud. Yeah, maybe cut that last one. Maybe cut this early. Ooh. Maybe we don't even need this delay. Ooh. Cool. Don't I use Duck Buddy anymore? I do not. I found that it's pretty fucking buggy, and it like resets a lot of the time when I close and reopen the project. So yeah, I don't use it anymore. Gave you everything mix down. Question here. When you cut out the high ends of things like basses and low ends out of hi-hats and stuff, don't you end up losing a lot of the texture? That's the main reason I'm scared of EQing too heavy, because I don't want to lose a nice texture I've gotten. Pretty much all the EQing I've done, at least so far, has been cutting low end out of shit that I don't think needs it. Like hi-hats, you don't really need low end on hi-hats, right? That's just going to muddy up your mix. So 9 times out of 10 when I'm EQing shit, I'm reducing low end to make room for my basses and make the low end as clean as humanly possible. So that's the philosophy there. I wouldn't be too afraid of, I mean, as long as you're cutting out low end, you know, just gunk basically from tracks that don't need it, I don't think you'll be losing too much texture. I think this bass could use more low end. So I'm gonna put multi-band compression and do this. There we go. Okay, so is it mainly the low ends that muddy up a sound space? Yeah, the high end doesn't really do it as much. Maybe I'll keep the delay. Kind of like it. Nah. Okay, what's this glitch? let's cut the low end out of that. So like this sound, it's mostly bright. The low end from it is just kind of gunky. So I don't think we're losing anything cutting that. Okay, so like right here, you can see there's two basses overlapping with each other, which I guess I didn't pick up on in the project file originally. So that's the nice thing about bouncing everything out to audio and seeing the audio stems. You can see what's overlapping with what really easily. So like here, maybe I'll just cut this one. Or maybe I get rid of this one, keep that. Kind of like that more. And that glitch is too loud. Let's turn it down. I didn't even realize the sound was there. Yeah, we'll come back to that. I don't even know if we need that. Turn that up. How do you know when something doesn't need low end? I mean, for the most part, if it's not a bass or a kick, it doesn't need it. And I tried to cut most of what I could here in the production stage, but sometimes you just miss it because you're busy working on the song. So that's why I like to have this final pass when I'm just focused on the mix and really fucking dial that shit in. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Let's put this on the same bass fill track as the other bass fill. Save ourselves a track. And cut that maybe. Yeah, that's cool. Fire. Okay, is that everything in this drop? No, there's this. How do you work out what kind of drum sound your song needs and like the actual drum patterns? Great question. I mean, a big part of a genre are the drums, right? The drum sounds you're working with and the drum patterns you're working with. So, I mean, first off, you're picking the BPM, right? And I'm doing 145, which is like dubstep, but a little faster, I guess. And for that, I'm picking pretty dubsteppy drums. You know, I got punchy kicks, I got clackety snares. I just like these drum sounds. A lot of UK dubstep has like a shit ton of hi-hats, so that's why I'm going for a lot of these hi-hats, and there's like a lot of swing to them, right? It's like this galloping effect. And that's just all hallmarks of the genre. So I would just listen to the songs you like, pay attention to the drums, see what kind of patterns and sounds they're using. And honestly, most of the artists you like, especially if they're big enough, will have fucking splice sample packs that you can use and just rip their actual drum sounds. So dope. That's gonna be quieter. Yeah, I like that kind of subtle. All right, let's get the vocals in there. gonna put these in the sidechain group and see what that sounds like. I don't even know if we need that. Cool, let's get this impact in there. And then this bass fill. Kind of ends abruptly, so let's, yeah, you can see that in the waveform. Let's add a fade. Aren't you afraid of like unintentionally just copying? I distanced myself a bit from the whole taking inspiration thing because I would like my sound to be entirely personal to me. Yeah, we're all just copying, bro. There's nothing new under the sun. We're all just recombining all our elements. So I just feel like embrace it. And I think even if you tried to copy these songs like one to one, it's really, really fucking hard to copy shit 100%. So I wouldn't even worry about that. I would just think the interesting parts of music is when you combine different genres and influences in a unique way. I don't think any of us are totally original ever. So that's my 2 cents. All right, let's get the vocals going.
Always on the outside looking, waiting through the broke.
Vocal chain, clean as fuck.
Always on the
Whoa. What key are we in?
always on the
No.
always on the outside looking, waiting always on the outside looking, waiting through the broken promises. Face it, I could never be like him, even when I gave you
Cool.
always on the outside looking, waiting through the broken promises. Face it, I could never be like him, even when I gave you always on the outside looking, waiting through the broken promises. Face it, I could never be like him, even when I gave you everything.
Ooh, that sounds sexy.
Always on the outside looking.
Do you worry about phasing issues if you low cut your kicks and basses? I tend not to low cut my kicks and basses for that reason.
Always on the
I don't think you need to do that.
always on the outside looking, waiting through
Let's add some echo here.
always on the outside looking, waiting through the broken promises. Face it, I could never be like him, even when I gave you everything.
Cool. That sounds pretty good. Let's add it.
Always on the outside looking, waiting through the broken
I feel like I need to record this again and probably record a double and pan those left and right. I think that would be the vibe.
Always on the outside, looking, wading through the broken.
Let's add the sub.
Always on the outside, looking, wading through the broken promises. Facing.
Let's look at the sound. I think there's too much width on the sides here. Yeah.
Always on the outside, wading through the broken promises. Face it, I could never. Face it, I could never be like. Always on the outside, looking, wading through the.
Woo! All right. Can a sound have too much width? Absolutely. I think on a sub especially, yeah, you don't want that shit to be too wide. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope this was informative. Yeah, let you guys know how the mix goes. Please check out my live set. Me and Philia, we're also on the track that I'm working on. Fire. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.